Philadelphia, wake up. We are staring down the barrel of an offseason that could either cement a dynasty or dismantle everything Howie Roseman has built in the city of brotherly love. I am talking about seismic shifts. Rumors are swirling around the very foundation of our franchise, our alpha receiver, our franchise quarterback, and a ghost from the past looking to come home. This isn't just idle chatter. This is the future of the Eagles on the line. You think you know what's coming? Think again. The decisions made in the next few weeks will define this team for a decade. Buckle up.
Let's get straight to the breaking news that has the entire Delaware Valley holding its breath. Sources are indicating that the future of A.J. Brown in Philadelphia has officially entered the conversation, and not in the way any Eagles fan wants to hear. We are hearing legitimate speculation regarding a potential trade scenario involving the San Francisco 49ers. From a transactional standpoint, you have to look at the landscape. The 49ers are dealing with their own salary cap hell involving Brandon Ayuk and Deebo Samuel, and somehow A.J. Brown's name has been tossed into the matrix as a potential moving piece. Howie Roseman is known for being aggressive, for listening to every single call, but this forces the front office to make a definitive, franchise-altering decision on their superstar receiver right now. There is no middle ground here. Now, let me switch gears and speak to you from the heart of the matter. Are we absolutely out of our minds? We are talking about A.J. Brown. This is not just a wide receiver. This is a force of nature. This is the man who transformed the Philadelphia Eagles offense the moment he stepped off the plane from Tennessee. You do not trade a player of this caliber unless you are looking to press the self-destruct button on your Super Bowl window. I don't care what the return compensation is. I don't care if they offer you the Golden Gate Bridge. You look at the chemistry he has with the quarterback. You look at his ability to take a 5-yard slant and turn it into a 70-yard touchdown while dragging 3 defenders on his back. That is irreplaceable. Thinking about sending him to a direct NFC rival like San Francisco, that is borderline malpractice. It is an insult to the intelligence of the fan base. Howie Roseman is a wizard, yes, but if he pulls a disappearing act with A.J. Brown, he is playing with fire that will burn the NovaCare complex to the ground. The Titans traded A.J. Brown, and they haven't been relevant since. That is the history lesson. Do not repeat the mistakes of others. This rumor alone is enough to destabilize the locker room. We need clarity, we need commitment, and we need to know that number 11 is staying in Kelly Green. The fact that this is even a topic of discussion is an indictment on the volatility of this offseason. We need to wake up and realize that elite talent is the hardest thing to find in the National Football League. You keep it, you pay it, you cherish it. Period.
Listen, if you want the real truth about what is happening inside the NovaCare complex before anyone else breaks it, you need to hit that subscribe button right now. Don't miss a single update on this developing saga.
If the A.J. Brown news wasn't enough to spike your blood pressure, this next report is going to send you through the roof. While the Philadelphia Eagles publicly maintain that Jalen Hurts is the unquestioned franchise quarterback, behind the scenes, the whispers are getting louder. We are seeing hypothetical discussions emerging in league circles comparing Jalen Hurts' current situation to the Russell Wilson trade from the Seattle Seahawks a few years ago. The logic being floated by some executives is the concept of selling high before a massive contract fully cripples the salary cap flexibility. It is a cold, calculated financial perspective that treats the quarterback position like a stock market asset rather than the heartbeat of the team. They are looking at the regression in turnovers, they are looking at the blitz pickup issues, and they are asking, is this the peak? But let me stop you right there, because this is where I lose my patience. The disrespect shown to Jalen Hurts is absolutely astronomical. We are talking about a man who put this team on his back and took them to the Super Bowl, a man who played nearly flawless football on the biggest stage in the world. And now, after one turbulent season where the entire coaching staff was a disaster, we want to talk about trading him? We want to talk about the Russell Wilson model? That is blasphemy. Jalen Hurts is the culture. He is the standard. You cannot quantify his leadership in a spreadsheet. To even entertain the idea of moving on from Jalen Hurts is to admit you have no idea what winning football looks like. Who are you going to replace him with? Are you going back into the draft lottery? Are you going to sign a journeyman? The Eagles have stability at the most important position in sports, and people are trying to manufacture controversy because they are bored. This isn't Seattle. This isn't Russell Wilson. Jalen Hurts is in his prime. He is a winner. The fact that these debates are happening in the shadows tells me there are people who doubt his long-term viability, and that is dangerous. It undermines his authority in the huddle. Howie Roseman needs to come out and shut this down publicly, loudly, and aggressively. You ride with Jalen Hurts because he is the guy, End of story. This speculation is a distraction that this team cannot afford if they want to get back to the promised land.
Now, let's pivot to something that might actually bring a smile to the faces of the faithful, although the implications are just as heavy. Amidst all the chaos of trade rumors and quarterback debates, reports are surfacing that a massive fan favorite, a true Eagle through and through, has signaled a strong desire to return to Philadelphia for the upcoming season. We are talking about a player who embodies the grit, the toughness, and the attitude of this city. The front office is currently evaluating the financial viability of this reunion, trying to fit this emotional puzzle piece into a salary cap that is already stretched thin. This isn't just about nostalgia. This is about bringing a specific type of leadership back into a locker room that desperately needed a voice last year. This is exactly what the doctor ordered. When you look at the collapse we witnessed down the stretch last season, what was missing? It wasn't talent, it was heart, it was accountability. It was having that guy in the trenches who looks everyone in the eye and says, "Not today." Bringing back a player who bleeds green, who knows what it means to wear that winged helmet, is a strategic masterstroke. It stabilizes the culture. It reminds the young guys what the standard is. You cannot put a price tag on that kind of influence. However, this creates a domino effect. If you bring him back, who do you cut? If you pay him, which young player loses snaps? It isn't a delicate balancing act, but in my opinion, you make it happen. You find the money, you restructure the deals, because the soul of this team was tested last year, and it failed. Bringing back a warrior who is beloved by the fans and respected by the peers is the first step in healing those wounds. This trifecta of stories, Brown, Hurts, and the returning hero, paints a picture of a team at a crossroads. We are either reloading for a championship run with our core intact and our culture restored, or we are stripping it down and starting over. This return could be the glue that holds the fragile pieces together. The front office knows the fans want it. The locker room needs it. Now it's time to see if the checkbook allows it.
This is a defining moment for Philadelphia. We are talking about the ultimate trifecta. The star receiver potentially on the move, the franchise quarterback under the microscope, and the returning hero trying to save the culture. Howie Roseman is playing 4D chess while the rest of the league is playing checkers, but one wrong move burns the board down. I need to hear from you right now. Are we crazy enough to trade AJ? Is the Jalen Hurts chatter disrespectful? And who is the one player you want back in Kelly Green more than anyone else? Drop your comments below. We are Philadelphia. We don't rebuild, we reload, but we have to get this right. Fly, Eagles, fly.